Hello, class. Happy week 4. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. We're definitely chugging right along. We have 3 weeks down, 9 to go. So hopefully you're feeling motivated and confident. So we have our first quiz this week, which should be open and available in my stat lab for you. Here's the thing how I run these quizzes. You technically have one attempt per question on them. However, if you finish ahead of time, preferably before Saturday, and you don't like your grade, email me and I will go ahead and reset the quiz for you. And what that does, it gives you a whole new quiz to a certain degree, and you can have another attempt at it. So just letting you know about that. There is no discussion activity this week or any quiz week. It's just to lighten the load for y'all. A nice effort on those pivot tables and histograms you did. Whether you realize it or not, you just learned a very powerful analytic skill and display technique in Excel, which extends itself to further things in Excel like pivot charts, which I use all the time. So kudos to you guys. So this week, content-wise, we have the correlation analysis to read and have homework on. It's related to another analysis, linear regression, that we'll cover later on in the course. And just know the difference, really. Correlation is just a relationship, if you will, between two variables in no particular order, okay? And those variables, we have dependent variables and independent variables. Typically your independent variables are always referred to as an X, and your dependent variables are referred to as Y variables or outcome variables. And when we graph those, we graph them with what's called a scatter plot. And just know that your vertical axis is always your Y variable, and your horizontal axis is always going to be your X variable. And when you run a correlation analysis, it's very easy in Excel. You can use the data analysis tool back and scroll down. You'll see it, and then you can just select which column has your X or independent variable. Or I'm sorry, does not. You don't have to worry about that for correlation. That's for regression. I'm getting ahead of myself. Which is your first variable, which is your second variable. However, you can also do it with straight syntax. It's just like the equal sign, then CORR, and you'll see it start to show up in the function box. Also in StatCrunch, it's very easy. You just click each column for the two variables, and it runs pretty easy. So to interpret that, the correlation is just two things you need to know. It's the strength, okay, and that's referring to the 0 to 1 scale that a correlation analysis provides. Okay, so a 0 correlation means no relationship. A value of 1 equals a perfect relationship. And things in the middle are kind of moderate. Anything above, I usually say that 0.7, it tends to be strong. 0.8, 0.9 is really strong. And then direction, okay, and that's whether it's a positive number or a negative number. So a positive correlation coefficient means it's the relationship that goes to the right, and it be indicated by a positive, like 0.75. But a negative correlation means the relationship between the variables is one goes up and one goes down, and there'd be actually expressed negatively, like negative 0.56, and typically that relationship goes to the left. And that's where the value of the scatter plot comes into play, because you can easily look at a scatter plot and look at the tightness of the dots and the direction they're in to tell what the strength and direction is. Okay, so that's the correlation. Last thing, I emailed you all, and I know a lot of you don't check your email, but you need to check your email because I check my email a lot. So I emailed you the options for the alternate assignment for the critical article review. And I gave you 3 options, and this is actually an instructional technique offering choice that I'm experimenting with, and I hope you think it's fair and you like it. So obviously the first choice is you could do nothing for the critical article review and get a flat 82%. Or you can choose to do the actual article review and obviously earn up to 100%, but also the potential to earn a significantly lower grade. Okay, I know no one wants that. Or choice 3, you can do the alternate assignment, which is problem-based, okay, and be graded on the number of items you got correct, and obviously earn up to 100% on that. But to sweeten the deal is if you do the alternate problem-based assignment, you can also opt to out of doing the remaining 5, and that's what I'm saying. There's 5 discussion activities that I have for the remainder of the course, and you can choose not to do those and get a flat 90% for your course participation grade. So it's your choice, what your life and motivation and what you want to do. So I'm just putting it out there. So I'd like to know your decision, especially for the alternate assignment, and if you want to opt out by this Sunday coming up. So you've got 6-7 days to figure that out. Just email me and let me know your selection. So that's it. Any questions? Just ask.